Here's a hard truth that many drivers don't want to hear. Most engines don't die because they're old. They die because we slowly kill them without even realizing it. It's not the miles, it's the mistakes. The tiny habits that seem harmless. The things we tell ourselves like, it's fine, it's just a cold start, or I'll deal with that noise later. These add up until one day the engine sputters, a warning light flashes, and your mechanic gives you the verdict, catastrophic failure. In this video, we're going to break down the real reasons engines fail before hitting 100,000 miles. And no, it's not just bad luck. It's you. But the good news? Once you know what's really going on, you can reverse the damage, or better yet, prevent it entirely. Let's start with something almost everyone gets wrong. Mistake 1. Cold starts, the engine's silent assassin. Most people hop in their car, turn the key or push the button, and go. It's routine, but what they don't realize is that the engine isn't ready yet. When an engine is cold, oil hasn't had a chance to circulate. It's thick. It sits in the oil pan, struggling to coat vital parts like pistons, camshafts, and valves. So when someone starts driving hard right away, or worse, revs the engine to wake it up, they're sending metal slamming into metal without protection. The mechanics know this, and engineers have warned about it for decades. In fact, up to 90% of engine wear happens in the first 30 seconds after startup. Think about that. 90%. The fix? Simple. Start your car, let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds, no revving, no racing off the line, give the oil time to do its job. Especially in colder climates where oil is even thicker, that one change can literally double your engine's lifespan. Mistake 2, bad maintenance habits. Everyone knows they should follow the maintenance schedule, but over 60% of drivers admit they don't. Why? Usually it's time, cost, or just plain forgetfulness. But skipping an oil change or delaying a spark plug replacement isn't just neglect. It's a trigger. One small missed item sets off a chain reaction. Oil thickens and turns acidic. It eats seals. Spark plugs wear out, leading to misfires that damage pistons and catalytic converters. Neglected coolant becomes corrosive, slowly destroying radiators, gaskets, and water pumps. It doesn't happen all at once. That's why it's so dangerous. The damage builds invisibly until the car just dies. Following your manual isn't just a suggestion, it's survival. It's a blueprint designed by people who spent millions stress testing your engine. Treat it like gospel. Mistake 3, using the wrong oil. Let's talk about oil for a second. Not all oils are the same, and yet drivers treat it like ketchup. Grab whatever's on sale, top off the tank, and call it a day. But using the wrong viscosity or oil type is a slow death sentence, especially in modern engines with turbos or direct injection. For example, a Honda Civic turbo needs 0 W20 synthetic oil. A diesel truck might need something totally different with more zinc additives. Mix the wrong types or grab a cheap conventional blend and you ruin lubrication. The result? Heat, friction, engine sludge. This one mistake alone leads to thousands of premature engine failures every year, and most people have no clue they're even doing it. Rule of thumb, check your cap. Read your manual and use exactly what the manufacturer recommends. No improvising. Mistake 4, riding the brakes. This one's sneaky. Most people don't think riding the brakes has anything to do with engine life, but it does. Indirectly. Here's why. When you rest your foot on the brake or use it constantly instead of coasting, the transmission has to downshift more often. That means more internal friction, more heat, and more wear on clutches and solenoids. It also wears out rotors, pads, and calipers, which then impacts how the car handles and shifts. One bad system strains another, and eventually the engine compensates too. Good driving isn't just about going fast. It's about knowing when not to use your car. Coasting, keeping space, letting momentum work for you. That's what saves transmissions and engines from early retirement. Mistake 5, warning lights aren't suggestions. You know that little orange light that shows up on the dash, the one people ignore until something smells like burnt toast? Yeah, that's your car begging for help. A check engine light isn't just an inconvenience, it's often a sign of misfires, faulty sensors, timing issues, or worse, oil starvation. A flashing check engine light is a full-blown emergency. Same with the oil pressure light. Yet so many people drive just one more week, and that week turns into a blown head gasket or seized piston. Most auto parts stores will scan codes for free, or you can buy an OBD2 scanner for under $30 0 cents. The point is, never assume. That little light is a big deal. Mistake 6, cheap gas and random additives. Top-tier fuel isn't just marketing hype. It contains extra detergents that help clean your engine. Cheap gas? It doesn't. Over time, that leads to carbon buildup on injectors, valves, and combustion chambers. Some people also make it worse by dumping random fuel additives into the tank thinking it'll clean everything out. But if it's not OEM approved, it can actually do more harm than good, especially on direct injection engines. One of the biggest engine killers is knock, and poor fuel quality is a major trigger for it. If your car calls for premium, use premium. If it doesn't, still use top tier, because once you start hearing knock, you're already losing compression. Mistake 7, overloading. Your car has a max payload. Exceed it by loading too many passengers, piling on luggage, or towing more than you should, and you're slowly crushing your car from the inside out. Here's what happens. The suspension strains, the engine has to work harder to move, the transmission overheats, the brakes fade, the steering wears out. It doesn't break right away, but over time, your car becomes sluggish, unpredictable, and unsafe. Always know your weight limits, check the GVWR, and if you're not sure if your car can tow that trailer or carry all that furniture, don't guess, look it up. Mistake 8, letting the car sit for too long. This one's huge for people who own a second car or live in cold climates. Letting a car sit for weeks or months without prep is like asking it to rot. Fluids break down, fuel separates, batteries die, rodents chew wires, rust attacks brake rotors, and when you finally try to start it again, you're greeted by silence. Or worse, a dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree. If you're storing your car, prep it properly. Add stabilizer to the fuel, disconnect the battery, inflate the tires, and start it at least once a week, or use a trickle charger. A car isn't a statue. It's a living system. Leave it untouched, and it starts decaying. The gut feeling when your car feels off. Here's something no scan tool or manual can teach. Instinct. Sometimes you feel something's wrong before you see it. The steering feels loose. The acceleration isn't as sharp. There's a weird smell or a faint ticking noise, and even if there's no warning light, you know something's not right. Listen to that voice. Your intuition is your first line of defense, because once the warning light shows up, the damage may already be done. Engines don't fail from one mistake. They fail from years of small ones. But here's the good news. That means you have total control over your engine's lifespan. Want your car to hit 100,000 miles? 200,000, even 300,000. Change your mindset, drive smart, warm it up gently, use the right fluids, pay attention, and when something feels wrong, act early, because every mile is a choice, and now that you know the truth, the next mile is yours to protect. Now your turn. What's the biggest mistake you made with your car before learning better? Drop it in the comments. No shame, we've all been there. And if this video opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like, subscribe, and give your engine a second chance, because it deserves to go the distance, and so do you.